let's go into the young buck here next. Oh yes, the young buck.
Oh yeah.
Really, the young Nittany Lion, Theo Johnson, the rookie tight end here. Obviously, we've talked about him a little the last couple weeks there, so we've been going over all the players with you guys that we've drafted here this season here. So again, 6'6", 254 pounds, 23 years old. Last year at Penn State, 13 games, 34 receptions, 341 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Again, this is a guy that was drafted purely for athletic skills and what we think we can get out of him. And for whatever reason, that didn't get out of him in college. You know, I think that Bellinger's has to step up if Waller retires, because I don't think it's fair to put Theo Johnson, who's basically a developmental prospect,
Correct,
in a starting role and expect crazy things about him. Now, I will say this. Out of potentially all the players, at least on the offensive side of the ball, as I try to think about it right now, Theo Johnson is the biggest mystery to me. He's like a mystery wrapped up in an enigma smothered in secret sauce here.
Ooh.
I mean, I could see him being the guy who comes in the rookie year, like Laporta last year, and being a really good tight end, a reliable, touchdown catch kind of guy, having like, a 500-600 yard season. And I could also see him riding the bench most of the season and learning the position and, refining everything. And I can also see him kind of doing similar to what Bellinger did his rookie year and having a few hundred yards and showing you some promise and guys getting excited about his future. All three of those options, which, let's be honest, probably one of those three is where he's going to be.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Pretty much your options you have.
A, B, and C. Actually, all three of these options.
But all three of them, honestly, I see as legitimate possibilities. And I think it's kind of crazy to expect one of them, because what it really boils down to is how much of it was the system and the coaching that was slowing him down at Penn State, and how much is it him still having to learn the nuances, so to speak, of the game and just being that raw. Sometimes it's you coach things and you coach a couple of things, they just kind of snap and they got it. Sometimes it takes a little bit. And, unfortunately, the only people that know the answer to that are people that have been with him on a team or been a coach of his before, that know what kind of, coachable player he is and how quick he picks up on stuff. But again, this guy has the athletic profile, if you look at everything he did at the combine, of Jimmy Graham. That's the kind of athletic profile we're talking about. Now, am I expecting Jimmy Graham from him? Obviously not. This guy was like a Pro Bowler, was a 1,000-yard receiver. I think that's a little ridiculous to expect it of anybody being drafted, let alone someone being drafted in the mid rounds there at that point. A fourth round pick does not usually become the next Jimmy Graham. But Jimmy Graham also, I think he was either much higher or even undrafted, if I remember correctly. I have to look it up.
I think he was undrafted because I think he was a basketball player and that converted to tight end.
That's what I want to say. That's what I'm saying, So, and you never know. And listen, every single year. By the way, he's drafted in the 3rd round, so actually he's kind of close. Every single year, though, there's one or two players that are kind of mid-round tight ends that tend to make it. I mean, again, we've talked about this before with tight ends. The best tight ends out there are guys who were drafted in the 3rd, 4th round, sometimes later.
Yeah.
The first round tight ends just don't seem to make it for whatever reason. Sorry, Brock Bowers. Sorry, Raider fans.
I was about to say, they get drafted by the Raiders.
They just have troubles for whatever reason. This is the hardest thing that the scouts have trouble looking at there. They can't figure it out for whatever reason. So, again, everybody that does a lot of scouting, and I feel like people that look at the advanced profiles and the athletic stuff specifically love this kid. They do. They honestly think that the ceiling is the limit for this guy. But I don't know. I look at production. I like to see production.
Yeah.
And
the problem is his floors in the basement.
Yeah. So, again, anything he does doesn't shock me. I go in here with no expectations this year for Theo Johnson. I don't think it's fair to put it on him, considering, there's a learning curve for him. And, there's going to be some trials and tribulations there, so to speak. Not just because he's a rookie, because he's a rookie that's going to have to be taught a lot of things because of how raw he is.
Correct.
So, we'll see what happens there. But again, a lot of people
We
have high
shall
hopes.
see.
They've got high
hopes.
high hopes.
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.